Hey guys, new video. This one is all about player etiquette and just, player manners when playing Riftbound. I've been noticing way too often recently across all of my games, a few of these things happening just so often. I want to start off with a simple thing, rune and resource management etiquette. So what do I mean by that, right? So I know you're probably going to say, no, I know what I'm doing, blah, blah, blah. I'm counting my runes. I know what I'm doing. No, stop. Just stop. Hold on for a moment. And please, even if you think you know everything, try listening to me for just this moment, because you're going to, if you care about having a nice player environment and being just a good player and just a well-mannered player and a player that nobody's ever going to suspect of cheating or foul play or anything, you need to watch this video. So, okay, listen up. So you have your rune deck, right? So let's ignore everything else on the board right now that might exist in a real game. Let's take just a look at your rune deck. So you have your rune deck, right? You're pulling your runes out like that, right? This is the correct way to pull your runes out. You go one by one, right? You pull them out so that you don't get a situation where you accidentally grab 2 or 3. The same goes for your main deck, actually. But yeah, you go one by one. Once you plop them down, you can keep them like this. You don't do this. You do this, right? When you want to pay for something, you do this. And you tell your opponent, hey, I'm tapping 2 runes, I'm paying this much, and after you pay, you're floating, right? You play your card, whatever that might be, right? You play your card. You paid, you play your card. You don't do this. So you don't take the runes. So for example, Yasuo costs 5, right? You have 5 runes, right, on your board. Sorry, 5, there we go. You don't take your runes like that and you kind of count them so your opponent sees. So your opponent, they can see it, but they kind of have to trust you. So I can't use my other hand because I'm filming, but you're counting, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you hold all of these in your other hand. You're just counting it towards yourself. This is bad manners. So you don't do that, right, in an actual game, because your opponent needs to check and look at your hand to make sure that you're counting this off correctly. So you don't take your runes off the table unless you specifically are asked by your opponent to count your runes in your hands. But other than that specific situation, you want to always keep your runes stacked, but not on top of each other, but kind of have some space between them so that they're easily read and countable by your opponent, right? So this is 5 runes. You want to pay 3, you do that, and you leave these 2 up. You want to pay 4, you do that. If you want to pay 5 with a power cost, for example, you do this and you do this, right? So you're indicating to your opponent, hey, I paid 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I turned this one around because I just want to show you that I'm paying for the power cost, and I'm going to slide this down there. You slide it down, and that's correct player etiquette, right? When it comes to your resource management. So yeah, you never stack them up. Even if you plan on telling your opponent every time they want to ask how many runes you have, it's bad etiquette, because if you keep doing this, it just seems scummy, it seems a little suspicious, and plus it's just annoying for an opponent to have to ask you every 2 minutes, hey, how many runes do you have, man? And then you go, oh, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't do that. You just keep them up like that. This is public information within the card game, and you need to stop bad mannering people, please. That's it. So that's rule number 1. And I'm sorry if I'm sounding a little salty. I am, honestly. And it's because this, like, 50% of the people I'm playing against are doing this all the time. And I'm just salty and it's very late. So please forgive my saltiness. I'm not talking to you directly. I'm just being salty and I just want to get a point across to people. So that's it for your runes, right? Then what else? What else do we have? Etiquette when it comes to your deck, right? Okay. So you're drawing cards. I'm actually guilty of this myself. So drawing cards, when you need to draw 1, 2, 3, or 4 cards, you never do this, right? Because sometimes you might slip up and take more than you need, then you see a card that you were not supposed to see, and then you need to shuffle or whatever else. So you don't ever want to do that. Even I'm guilty of this and I'm trying to correct my behavior. So when you're drawing cards, you do this, right? It's one card, everybody sees it, you see it, your opponent sees it, then you take it, right? Draw another card, there you go. If you're drawing 3, you draw 1, 2, 3, right? And you don't do this because they might stick, right? So you never do that. And you never do this, right? So you first take it, you don't reveal it to yourself. You take it, you make sure that 1 is in your hand, you do this, and you take it, right? So easy peasy. So this is gonna make your games a lot more pleasant for your opponents at least, and you're never gonna have any issues with judges on tournaments regarding stuff like that. So thank you for watching and thank you for bearing my salt. I hope you learned something. These are just a few very basic rules. I didn't go overboard. There are more things that I can cover, but these are the 2 of the main things that I'm seeing people not do correctly that I wish more people knew about. So there you go. Thank you for watching. Bye.